Okay, so I started OnlyFans on the 4th of December 2019, and this was after months and months and months of contemplating it and people suggesting. And the reason I did it is because so many people were just like, why don't you try and make money? You're already putting nudes out onto the internet and you're doing it for free. Why don't you try and make money off it? And I just thought, oh my gosh, if I do this and I actually have to, put my content on OnlyFans, then it becomes a job. The moment someone's paying you for something, it really becomes a job. And that's exactly what I've experienced. Hey Yoni tribe, welcome to another episode of Touch My Yoni. So today I am recording, or rather speaking about what you guys have been begging me to talk about, and that is how to start an OnlyFans account. I'm literally going to give you the step-by-step process on how to actually start an account from two perspectives. One, from the perspective of the actual subscriber, someone who's going to be watching your content, and then the other one from someone who is producing content and putting it out there to make money. I'll give you the step-by-step, and then I will give you my personal experience, because I am on OnlyFans. I'll put the link right here, and I will also then be answering some questions that were asked on Instagram and Twitter. So right now I need you to like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing that you would need to do, and by the way, this is all written, like typed up, so if any of you actually want the step-by-step process, you can just send me an email. I'll put my email in my bio, and then you guys can just ask me for the procedure on how to actually start an account. So the process is somewhat similar for both subscriber and content producer or content creator. And you start by opening an account with your email address. And then you have to verify your email address. You have to add a display pic, a bio, and a cover photo. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, a cover photo before you actually are allowed to proceed further. What I've noticed is a lot of people remove their pictures thereafter, so you're more than welcome to do that. But as the content creator, it makes more sense to have something there just to entice people more to actually want to subscribe to your channel. And then you can change your username if you would like, which they usually give you like a whole bunch of gibberish, like M16 what, with a whole bunch of numbers, and you can choose to keep that or you can change it. And I just changed mine for the purpose of this video to Ryder, but my real actual account is lindiwe.rasekoala. And then they also give you an opportunity to put your URL, website, another link to maybe, a lot of content creators have different portals or different platforms that they are producing content for. So for example, I've got my YouTube channel as my URL website option. A lot of people are also on Pornhub. There's different sites that content creators are on, so you get an opportunity to, kind of cross-pollinate. Once you've verified your email address, you will get the opportunity to change your subscription rate. But the only time you can change your subscription rate is when you've added your banking details and your personal details. Now, a lot of people may think this is scary, like, why am I giving my personal details? But you kind of have to, because you're going to be using money in order to subscribe to other people's accounts, and they need to verify that it's you who's actually spending that money and not you catfishing someone else, etc. It's actually for your own safety, so it makes more sense. So before you can add a monthly subscription, you need to add your your banking details and your personal details. Okay, and then you have to wait 24 to 48 hours. So what I've realized with OnlyFans, not only OnlyFans, like all the other portals that are linked to it, is that it's quite a long process, quite a tedious process in terms of how long you have to wait. It's not immediate. So don't assume that you're just going to be like boom, 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 up and running. It's really quite a long process. So 24 to 48 hours before they can confirm your banking details, and that includes your email address, your proof of address, your ID, what else? Yeah, the basics on what your personal details are. Once that's approved, you can add a subscription fee for people to follow you. So when it comes to setting your subscription fee, so how I did it is I kept it at $10, and a lot of girls do different things in terms of they'll have promotions, they will have you know, like if you subscribe now you can get a discount, and I kind of just kept it simple. I kept it at $10, but I've realized now with the rand plummeting and just looking absolutely terrible, it's kind of a disadvantage for my subscribers, especially locally, to still be resubscribing monthly. So I have now subsequently changed my fee to $6, or is it $7, something like that, because that's initially what the $10 rate was when I started, and I want to kind of keep it quite consistent. What other people also do is that they leave the subscription rate free, and then you have to choose to pay to unlock certain videos. So it's really cool. It's all part of the OnlyFans feature, where you just, you know, select the options, and then the person has to pay whatever amount you put per video or per content for them to unlock it, or for them to have access to it, which I think is kind of nice, because, you know, some people will get the general kind of content, and then others will get like the really hectic stuff if you're really willing to pay for that. So I think it just depends on your preference. You can either have no subscription fee but pay per piece of content that you produce, or you can have a subscription fee where people are just like free reign and get everything. I specifically have some videos, and we'll get a bit like into that a bit later, that are a little bit more risky than the others. So I'll put like a snippet and like a teaser, and then I'll say DM me for the full video, and if they pay, sometimes I say $35, $30 to $35, depending on how hectic it is, then I will send them the video for themselves, which is quite cool. I've got a lot of money that way. I think the enticement, or the intrigue into what it is that you actually have in that video, and them wanting to see more, will definitely make your opportunities a lot greater in terms of making money. So yeah, you set your subscription fee. After that, now this is like if you want to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, you need to add money to your OnlyFans e-wallet, or OnlyFans wallet. And I think this is where a lot of people get it wrong, because it's easy to subscribe, or rather it's easy to start an account, but if you don't have money in your wallet, then you won't be able to subscribe to different people's pages. So you have to make sure that if you want to subscribe to other people, you have to have money in your wallet in order for you to subscribe to other people. And then if you are the one who is producing the content, then you don't necessarily have to have money in your wallet. I didn't, and I just started posting, which was quite cool. So when it comes to the money, OnlyFans takes a 20% admin fee, but what you'll notice is that all the other portals that are linked to OnlyFans, in terms of converting your money into your bank account, they also take an admin fee. So you're not, you know, as much as I say $10, $2 comes off and goes to OnlyFans, $8 comes to me. But putting that $8 into e-payments or Paxum, and I'll speak about that now, each one respectively will also take their own admin fee. So you could potentially be making $5 off a person, losing quite a substantial amount of money just through admin fees, but in the long run, depending on how many subscribers you have, it's worth it. So like I said, Paxum and e-payments. Now these are the two portals that you'll transfer your OnlyFans currency into those accounts, and then they will transfer it into your local bank account. And I initially started using e-payments. It was, guys, it's such a mission. It is such a mission. Right now they're going through a system upgrade due to security reasons, and no one can access their money. I have like $60 or whatever sitting in my e-payments, but no one can access their money because they've literally put a block on anyone trying to access that money. And then with Paxum, which I recently just got like maybe yesterday, 2 days ago, and keep in mind I started on the 4th of December, so it's been about 5 months that I've been on OnlyFans, and I only got Paxum yesterday, which means all the money that I've made from my first withdrawal from e-payments has now accumulated, and the rand is looking, well, the dollar is looking, so obviously I get a little bit more money than usual. But with Paxum, there's also a really long security process, and yeah, it's very long. They have to verify your address again, they have to verify your ID, your email address, everything. So I would recommend getting all of that tedious stuff out of the way before you even start trying to make money, because it's a mission. It's very frustrating seeing $2,000 in your OnlyFans account, but you're not able to convert that. Every time I requested a withdrawal, it would literally decline because I haven't completed my personal details on Paxum. So that was eventually sorted, and yeah, that's basically the gist of what you have to do. I think I've kind of covered everything in terms of how to set up an account, but if there's anything that's missing, those of you who are on OnlyFans, now's your time to comment down below and tell them what I've missed out. And for those of you who are experiencing other issues, like just contact support. They generally take quite a while to respond, but eventually you'll get it going. So now I'm going to tell you from my personal point of view. I am not a frequent producer. I don't put content out a lot. I put it out maybe twice a week, which frustrates a lot of my subscribers because there's girls who are putting out content twice a day. But it literally, I like to keep my market niche, which seems silly considering there's money to be made. But I like to keep my market niche, one. I also like to keep the novelty there. I think, so I follow, or rather I am a part of a group on Twitter that like supports other OnlyFans content producers or content creators, and what the whole goal of it is to retweet each other's work when we're trying to promote our stuff. And I was all for it, I was down for it, but then I kind of saw the stuff that they were putting out there, and it's extremely explicit in comparison to what I put out there. And then I thought, oh goodness, do I really want this on my timeline? Then there's also my Touch My Yoni profile, or rather my Touch My Yoni brand. Do I really want to blend the two? But I realized Touch My Yoni, it's honest. Like, I don't want it to be only giving you guys certain kinds of content. I literally want it to be honest in my everyday life, what I do, and how I can educate and give you guys that information back. So I saw the stuff that they were putting up there, and I was feeling like, whoa, I'm not doing enough. And when I first started, like I said, I started on the 4th of December, I was like, I will never play with myself on camera. No, ex-nay, not gonna happen. And then people demand more, people expect more, and you feel the pressure. You really do. I watched my subscribers go from 105 or 110 or something like that right down to 50 in the space of 2 weeks, because people were not happy with the inconsistency in which I was putting my work out, and they also were just like, you're boring, like this is what we saw on Instagram, we're so tired of seeing nudes. So slowly but surely I started getting a little bit more risque. I think I've got like 3 videos where I'm using toys, but again, it's from a distance. It's from a distance. You're not seeing into my soul through my vagina. So I think it's also about how you put the content out there. It has to be a bit tasteful. That's what I try and pride myself on, as much as it is enticing and alluring and exciting, but also keep a bit of suspense and intrigue, and let people like wonder. The more you put out there, the less there is to put out there in the next video, and you want to keep producing content. So I'm gradually pacing myself. I haven't done anything too hectic. I think the most absurd thing that I've been asked is when I'm going to have sex on camera, and I'm really not going to do that. That's something I can definitely 100% say for sure, because then I may as well be on Pornhub. And I think OnlyFans is just a place for me to feel comfortable and feel sexy without limitations and restrictions. I generally feel that way on Instagram and Twitter, but again, there's a lot of judgment, there's a lot of accessibility, and people will use anything you put out there against you, which is still the case for OnlyFans. And this leads me to the topic of people screen recording your content. So what I always say is, when you're putting content out there, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, or OnlyFans, you have to be sure of the fact that it's already in a cloud. It's already in the system. There's already people who have access to it. As much as you think it's private or between you and the consumer, it's really not. So you have to be sure of, one, why you're putting it out there, and two, the kind of content you're putting out there. Is this something that could potentially tarnish your brand? Is this something that could potentially make you lose your job? And if that's the case, then you have options. And the option that you do have is to hide your face. So I don't hide my face. I mean, in some videos I do, or some pictures I do, because I want people to mainly focus on my body. But a lot of people, majority of OnlyFans content creators, hide their face. They literally record from the neck down, and this will protect your identity. And in the same breath, I would recommend that you start completely new social media accounts in order to promote your OnlyFans. And again, don't put your personal details that can actually link to the real identity of who you are. You can make so much money from just putting your neck down, and no one needs to ever see your face. So you have options. You don't only have to be putting nudes or videos or sexual explicit content. There's a lot of people who have toe fetishes. A lot of girls will squish avocados or bananas between their toes, and that turns people on, weirdly enough. So choose your niche. What I focus on is mostly dancing. I love dancing, but I think the combination of feeling free and dancing and being naked is it's a great blend, and a lot of my subscribers like it. So on top of that, after choosing your niche, be consistent. I've made the decision to only post content when I feel comfortable, and know that whoever wants to unsubscribe, that's on your own accord. That's also perfectly fine. There will be people who will come into my DMs and they'll be like, you've only posted twice this month. And I'm like, dude, it's the 5th of the month, can you relax? But at the same time, I kind of enjoy that push, or it means people are hungry for the content that I'm putting out there. So I ration them a bit and then give them a bit, and then I ration it and give them a bit. And then I get new subscribers and I get international subscribers, and just people are fickle. People will follow off one promotion and be like, yeah, love it, this is what to expect, and then be disappointed when they come back. But they have an option to resubscribe or to not resubscribe. So it's not like a consecutive monthly subscription. You literally have to be prompted, do you want to subscribe again? And you can say no. You can even give a reason. A lot of people gave their reasons, and they said inconsistency, or boring content. Who would have thought I would be boring? But yes, I am. So it just depends on what it is that you want to put out there. For example, Huda Boss from Kenya, she has started her OnlyFans account, but she's only focusing on bikini pics, you know? And that's interesting to see that someone is using a platform that is synonymous with sexual nudity and, you know, explicit content, that she is just putting her bikini pics out there. But she has got a brand, she has got a following, and those people want to see her in that bikini pic. So you also have to be a bit careful. Like, I have already put out so much content on my social media platforms that people get a bit disappointed when they get on OnlyFans, like, what's the difference? But there's only so much I am willing to do. Whereas if you limit people and you're not putting everything out there, the moment you go onto OnlyFans, people are expecting more than what you're giving. So choose your content wisely, choose what you want to do. You don't have to be naked. You don't have to be having sex. You don't have to be playing with sex toys. You have to choose what it is that you want to do and stick to it, because there is a market out there for everybody. There's someone out there who's going to like your content and who's going to subscribe every single month and want to see what next, what else you have to in store for them. So, like anything, there are dangers of putting certain information on social media, and OnlyFans is no exception. You have let's put it this way, you can definitely take your phone and record someone's content if you're watching it on a laptop. There's nothing that will stop you from doing that. Like I said, you have to be very sure of the content that you're putting out there. But at the same time, you get a whole bunch of people coming into your DMs and asking for nonsense. So they will ask me, like I said, they want me to have sex on camera. They'll ask for personal videos. They'll ask if I'm willing to show anal, or just really like hectic stuff. And I'm sure people have been asked for a lot more, but my OnlyFans subscribers are the sweetest, most considerate, respectful followers that I have. They don't put me in any box where they feel like they expect me to be crass or dirty or whatever. They know the kind of content I'm putting out there, and they act accordingly. Whereas people who are new to it are kind of just like, what are you putting out there? People want to know what I'm putting out there, but go and subscribe. Why would I give you a preview for free? So I generally don't like telling people what it is that I am putting on OnlyFans. It's kind of like, are you willing to lose 140 Rand? Are you willing to lose $10? And people spend more on bottles in the club, so I'm really not trying to make your life easier, but I will give like snippets and previews in my own promotion. But again, hopefully this video will give you a bit of insight into what you can expect, the kinds of things that people ask of you. If you have any more questions, you can put it down in the comment section, and hopefully you have subscribed by now, because there's more content like this to come. And yeah, thanks for watching my Yoni tribe. I love you guys so much. I have not been posting a lot based on the fact that my camera's broken, but I guess the OnlyFans money's gonna get me a new one. Love you guys. Mwah.